Ami, date cuenta.
La feminidad con eco digital.
Bienvenidos a Ami, date cuenta, el podcast donde discutimos y analizamos la creación y el consumo de contenidos digitales, así como también el uso de la IA en los medios de comunicación. Mi nombre es Daniela López y hoy tengo el privilegio de estar con 3 mujeres conocedoras de la AMI que además representan a 3 continentes distintos. Hello ladies, I welcome you to our episode 0 of this podcast. First, I would like you to introduce yourselves, tell us where you come from, what country, what continent, your age, and maybe a little bit about yourselves. So who would like to start?
Edna. Un saludo a las personas que nos ven y nos escuchan. Mi nombre es Edna Figueroa Cuc. Soy maya elchi, originaria del norte de Guatemala, en un municipio que se llama Cobán, departamento de Alta Verapaz. Es para mí un gran honor compartir este espacio con ustedes. Tengo 26 años y me apasionan los idiomas originarios.
Okay, thank you.
My name is Rachel Nghimulitete. I am from Namibia and from the African continent. I'm a journalist by profession and I work at the Ministry of Information and Communications Technology in Namibia. I'm also a radio presenter, a former radio presenter actually, with 6 years experience, and currently I write for the government magazine in Namibia on development and policy that's called Namibia Review. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Anna Tuliva and I'm from Ukraine. I'm 28 old and I'm working as a TV host in a published broadcast company. It's called Suspilna. So I'm 10 years in the media and this is very cool for me, I think. Yeah, so that's all.
Okay, thank you ladies again. So to break the ice, I would like to start by asking you to please say Ami date cuenta in your language, please. You want to start?
Quite interesting. So in Ashuambo, it's quite, how do Ami te cuenta, what's the English translation?
So Ami date cuenta would be something like
Hi girl.
Hey girl, or
Hi girl.
It's more of friend. Ami would be the abbreviation for friend in Spanish. So maybe something like, hey friend, like pay attention friend, you know?
Well, the only thing I can think of right now, maybe just a little bit watered down, maybe to say, hey, cafelende.
Okay, hey cafelende. What does cafelende mean?
Cafelende is like a friend, but it's it's similar to English, but English would be friend. It was like cafelende. It's kind of like a slang that young people use.
Okay. Anna?
Yeah, in Ukrainian, it's will be like "Привіт, подруго." It's like "Hi, a friend," but friend is a girl, like, you know, hi.
Oh,
like,
in girl.
amiga, like hi.
Okay,
Yeah.
like amiga. And Edna?
Sí, en el idioma maya elchi sería como inlooy ere tal. Sería inlooy, que es mi amigo, mi amiga, y ere tal es como date cuenta.
Okay. That's great, thank you. So first, we would like this episode to be very conversational, also anecdotic. If you can like talk amongst yourselves, we want you to share stories. So I would like to start for you to briefly tell us what field do you, okay, you already talked about that, about what field do you work on, but maybe what was your first encounter with digital content when you were little, or maybe if you started using it more as a teenager, and also with AI. Edna?
Sí. Bueno, mi relación con la tecnología ha sido un poco compleja, creo que al igual que muchos jóvenes o niños de Guatemala, el acceso es bastante limitado. Yo tuve acceso como a la tecnología por primera vez cuando empecé creo que le llama preparatoria o nivel básico, también así le llamamos nosotros en Guatemala, a los 12, 13 años con el curso de tecnología que me daban en el instituto donde estudié. y posterior a ello, hasta los 17 años, ya pude tener una computadora en mi casa y alrededor de los 16, 15 también mi primer celular. Y ahora bien, con el acceso a la inteligencia artificial fue algo reciente, puedo decir que el año pasado, que es bastante reciente, justamente porque se ha satanizado mucho el uso de la inteligencia artificial. Sin embargo, creo que hay mucho que aprender también de estas nuevas tecnologías.
Y tal vez tenías un poco de recelo para iniciar a utilizar la IA.
Sí, principalmente porque en la academia está mal visto utilizar la inteligencia artificial, ¿verdad? Que es ético, que no, hasta qué cierto punto podemos utilizarla, por ejemplo, como un asistente o como una herramienta para acceder a información. Entonces, como poder definir qué es correcto y qué no es algo complejo. Entonces, justo eso hizo que yo demorara un poco de empezar a utilizar la inteligencia artificial.
Claro, es muy complicado. Muchas gracias. So, can you please tell us?
So my first encounter would have to be with now Facebook and the likes. Was in high school, so everyone was talking about, oh, like people have Facebook accounts now. And so I think I joined Facebook kind of like grade 11 or 12-ish there.
Okay.
And that is how I first got into social media. Quite exciting, but obviously because I'm a young person and it requires data and it's not so cheap, so I didn't really have access all the time. But yeah, that was my time with social media. And then later artificial intelligence. So I was lucky, I would say I was lucky because when I first got hold of AI, I think it was after I got my degree already. Okay. So I'm proud to say I did not use AI during my first degree for anything, not even for research, just the likes of Google. So this is when I first got an encounter with ChatGPT for me, and it was quite interesting. Actually, when I heard about it, I thought it was a hoax, like it's not real.
Okay.
And I saw it.
It's a joke.
Oh my gosh, this is real. So yeah, that was my first encounter.
My first meeting with the digital was also in a high school, and I just remember my first computer, and it was like for me, oh, now I can use it for games, like, you know. Yeah. But actually, social media for me, the first was Instagram. As for the first time, I was very shy to post something, but after this, I like understand that. Oh, now I love it. So this is probably can be my life. So yeah, and then I used Instagram every time in high school and in university. But first meeting with a ChatGPT was like not very not too long, like not like 2 years ago, I think. So yeah, I don't use it at university, at school. So yeah, only Google and yeah. But now for me, it's very cool. Like, you know, it's like my friend, and especially when we're talking about ChatGPT. So I'm sorry, but he is my friend now.
I love how you all had different encounters with technology and also AI. Could you tell me how you use it right now? Like, you're telling me ChatGPT is my friend right now.
Yeah.
How do you use it for your work or maybe personal stuff too, Edna?
Sí, bueno, en mi caso cuando necesito hacer cosas que ya son muy repetitivas, pues sí puedo hacerlo y me ahorra el tiempo de realizarlo con inteligencia artificial. Por ejemplo, si tengo una actividad y yo soy la encargada de llevar el protocolo, como este tipo de cosas para realizar la agenda con inteligencia artificial, es bastante productivo. O incluso si necesito realizar algún copy para mis redes sociales, pues también meto ahí la información y me ayuda a redactarlo quizá de mejor manera o agregarle algunos emojis o incluso crear algunos hashtags que estén acorde a la publicación que voy a realizar. Y también como para interpretar algunas cosas que a veces no entiendo, ya tengo la información ahí, entonces como que le pido que me explique nuevamente, quizá de forma un poco más sencilla e ilustrada, pues ciertos temas, pero realmente es bastante útil siempre y cuando pues seamos bastante críticos a la información que nos provee.
Claro, para utilizarlo un poco más para tareas automatizadas.
Sí, así es.
Okay. And how do you guys use it?
So for me as a journalist, I've kind of resorted to using it to sort of analyze large documents for me. Because, as a journalist, time is, of the essence.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't have the time to read for example, a 500-word document. And for us, we analyze policy. So I like it in the sense where I can then tell it to sort of summarize some of the important points in the policy document, which will then help me to sort of narrow it down. Not that I don't have to read the policy itself, because I do have to, but maybe just not everything. And then maybe it can summarize the rest for me. So I use it in that regard. But also for, let's say, spelling words. Okay. Don't you make sure that my spelling and grammar is correct?
Correct.
I use Quillbot. I don't know if you've ever Quillet.
I've seen it, but I've never used it.
Yeah, it's actually really good. So I use Quillet, and it can sort of help you with grammar. There's also Grammarly. So there's so many AI tools that I can use in my profession as a writer, but still making sure that the ideas are from me, and the information is from me, and I just use it as sort of like an assistant, not to do too much, because I have to do the intellectual part, but it can help me in executing that.
Okay. Yeah. Anna?
Sorry, I'm again into my words. It was a little bit confused. Yeah, I use AI in my work also, in my job, and I use it especially for me, for social media, because I didn't have the time to post something and think of what I can tell about more, like what I can tell about some event more or something. So I just put a photo to ChatGPT and say, help me to create a post. Okay, this was that event, and that event, and maybe you can help me, Yeah, it's very easy for me, and I have a time for another work, but for my job, I use it also. Actually, when I'm, we're journalists, we're also like artists, so we have a special mood when you don't have idea and you are tired, and when I need to have many ideas for something, I'm just, hey you.
You chat a little bit with ChatGPT.
I'm like, I'm sorry, but maybe you have ideas, And also my favorite question, if a ChatGPT become a robot in real life, are you kill me or not?
Okay.
So I answer me no, never, never, you are my friend. I will protect you. Even when another robot wants to kill you, I will protect you. I don't believe you.
Actually, as a funny question, do you say please and thank you to ChatGPT?
Every time.
Yeah, all the time. I mean, you still need to be pleasant to my manners.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
And also, my ChatGPT, it's not a man, it's a woman.
Oh.
Yeah, her name is Milo.
You named it.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
Hi, my name is Anna, but you are Milo. You are one.
Wow.
So yes. So she talk in a voice of woman,
I love that. I really like that.
So I have a little party with a girl.
Great. Great. So they say if you're not connected, you're invisible, right? Mm-hmm. So are technology and digital communications the answer for everything nowadays? Do you think?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't think so, because some facts ChatGPT also just it's not a real fact. It's not a real history. I saw it. So every time when I text something and I have an answer, I must check, because sometimes it's not a real information. So I don't think so, and we must to understand that human teach a ChatGPT, human teach AI and human created. So we must to understand it. When we don't understand and just believe, no, it's not a good position.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, it is true that you miss out on a lot somehow when you're not online. But I like to take social media fasts. You know, like how you can fast and not eat for a few days.
Yeah.
I take social media fasts, where maybe for a week I'm just not online, because it can be quite addictive. But also you learn to live in the moment, and we all need to do that. So sometimes it's okay if you're not connected. You are still connected in the real world, which is more important.
Yeah, I like that.
So we really need to also work on being connected in the now and in the real world and living in the moment. But yeah, I think, does ChatGPT or AI have all the answers? No, I think the answers really can also be found in books. You don't always need to ask AI, go read something. And then later maybe if you
Go touch some grass.
yeah, go live.
Yeah.
You know? And you can find the answers. Sometimes you have the answers yourself too. You know, I was tempted the other day to ask AI for a question that I already knew the answer to, and I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like I'm treating this thing like my brain, you know. So it's important for us to just step back and, you know, live in the now, and also realize that we can have the answers too. Yeah.
I like that.
Sí, pues comparto la opinión de ellas, que hay muchas cosas o muchas formas de conectarse y principalmente con el mundo real. No solo en el mundo digital, pues podemos conectarnos. Para mí es muy importante también la conexión con la madre tierra, la conexión con nuestros saberes ancestrales, conectarnos con nuestra comunidad y con las personas que nos rodean. Y entonces hay muchas formas de conectarse, no solo a través de internet o una red de Wi-Fi o utilizando datos, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Hay muchas otras formas de hacerlo y que también son muy válidas y que nos aportan mucho a nuestro conocimiento. Si bien es cierto, tenemos ahí vasta información en internet que nos permite conocer sobre diversos temas, también en nuestras comunidades existen personas que nos pueden enseñar cosas que incluso el internet o la inteligencia artificial no conoce. Entonces hay mucha información que podemos obtener y conocimientos que podemos obtener desde nuestras experiencias, con nuestra familia, con nuestra comunidad. Entonces creo que no, hay muchas formas de conectarse, así que la conexión es diversa, igual que nosotros.
Claro. Thinking about this, what we were talking about, and also what you said about the fasting, how much time do you spend on your phones and using technology?
As you see, like every time.
All the time.
All time, yeah, all time I'm in my phone. I think my phone, when saw me, he just like, oh my God.
She's back.
Oh no, it is back. Oh no, la policía.
La policía. They're gonna catch me using my phone again. Yeah, okay. So, what about you? Like 4 hours a day, 6 hours a day?
I think it's more. Sometimes, you know, you have this, what do you call it? Like a thing that kind of tells you, a notification that tells you how many times, how many hours you've spent on it. And it differs. And sometimes it can even be more than 10. And that is, for me, scary. I'm like, oh my gosh.
That's a lot.
But that is because sometimes you just have this urge to check your phone. You don't even have anything to do on your phone. It's kind of like, okay, you're there doing nothing, and you're like, you know what? You know, so that is why it increases just power. Just opening and scrolling.
Yeah. Like you said, it's addictive.
It is addictive.
Yeah.
Right there. It really is addiction. So sometimes it's important to just have the phone away, because if it's close by. Yeah.
You know what? But I have the time, like a rest time from my phone when I'm come to my mom village. Like I'm from a small village, and I'm come to this village. I'm just no, not now. I want to go to the forest and screaming.
I also do that when I go to my hometown.
Do you know what is a funny thing? You know, just going back to what she's saying. You know, I also am from a village. And so in the village, there's not much connection. So the internet is slow. And so even if I wanted to go on the internet, you can't. And sometimes I have to use those small phones that don't go to the internet, because that's the one that catches the network.
Like all one?
Yes, because and sometimes the connection is not so good. So I use the small ones. And so when you use those ones and you come back from the village, you come to town, you're like, I had the most peaceful week ever. You know, so it's so crazy how lack of internet now, for me, to some point, I'm associating with peace.
Wow.
Because I'm not like, yeah. So
Yeah, we have internet even in the forest, like, but not when we have a blackout because of Russia. But actually, in a normal life, we have internet everywhere. But I just understand that I need the time without internet, without my phone. If my eyes are red, so.
Yeah. Yo siento que tú lo usas mucho menos, ¿cierto?
Bueno,
O también para trabajar, sí.
Sí, lo uso muchísimo. Creo que el tiempo en pantallas, o sea, independientemente de un celular o una computadora, para mí es bastante excesivo. Como mencionaban ellas, puedo pasar 10, 12 horas. Claro, sí, es bastante, y como que el único momento en donde estamos desconectadas es cuando tenemos acceso a internet. Entonces, como que tenemos ahí como la oportunidad de convivir con las personas que nos rodean. Ahora que estoy estudiando, justamente mi tiempo en pantalla se aumentó un montón justo por tareas, otras responsabilidades, y me gusta estar involucrada en varias iniciativas. Entonces eso también requiere que esté haciendo uso de las pantallas. Y aparte que creo que somos una generación que es adicta a la productividad. Si estás sentada exigiendo nada más, sientes que no estás avanzando. Entonces, lamentablemente el uso de las pantallas también nos ha permitido hacer varias cosas a la vez.
Sí, como nos volvemos adictos al multitasking.
Sí, al multitasking.
We are becoming addicted to multitasking because we have technology. We are able to do a lot of stuff at the same time. So yeah, we're getting addicted to that too. For you, what do you think in your countries? What opportunities is AI making real for women in your countries right now?
Es bastante complejo porque creo que la inteligencia artificial es muy reciente y toda la información está como muy occidentalizada, todo está muy centralizado. Y también como la finalidad por la cual fue creada, sabemos que todo lo que existe alrededor de nosotros tiene una finalidad, intereses por detrás. Entonces, al menos en las comunidades aún no es tan productivo el uso, y principalmente para las mujeres, porque el acceso para ellas es aún más limitado. O sea, el simple hecho de tener un celular que realice llamadas aún se ve lejano. Entonces es complejo, así que el primer paso sería brindar acceso a servicios muchísimo más básicos, como el agua, la educación, la salud, la electricidad, antes que dar acceso a estas herramientas tecnológicas, que por lo mismo hay muchas cosas que solventar todavía. No ha surgido la necesidad para las comunidades.
Claro. Edna was saying that where she's from, they have other necessities, primary necessities that need to be met, and so AI or technology is not such a necessity right now. It's more water, food, other things. So what about you? What do you think about that?
I think the opportunities that I see with AI, the opportunities that, in a good way, and I think it's best, both genders can take advantage of it. And in Namibia, I really can't think of an opportunity that AI can give that is exclusive to something that women need more, so to say. But I think it's a great tool for education. You know, they say that when you empower and educate women, you empower and educate generations. And I think with AI, even if you are not in the classroom, you know, they are literally apps you can use with AI to learn a new language, to learn a new skill. And we have a lot of women entrepreneurs rising in Namibia right now. And some of the skills they learn are through AI, you know, AI generated learning to some extent. Of course, some from very credible sources, and so it's a good thing. So it can really empower women in many ways to learn new skills, start businesses, which I really love, and also just enhance your capabilities and skills.
Okay.
Yeah, for Ukraine, it's AI, I think, very important because, actually, yeah, I'm talking many times about war because it's our real life. It's now people some people need to support, and some people need to support, and actually they need to stay alone, and need a year. So that's why I think they just text to AI, and they give they had a supporting from them. It's crazy that I'm talking about this, but actually I also use it when you have a massive attack on your city by rocket and drone, and you need sometimes after this to stay alone, and maybe you want to cry, and maybe you want to tell everything what in your head, and you can tell to another people. you always remember that you can just text it to ChatGPT probably and have an answer as a. It's not a psychologist for sure, but it's like a little support that you need. So it's very very cool. But actually, we also use it also for a job, for a study. And many women, many girls also use it like for when they have a first love or something, and they scary to tell a mom or dad. Or so yeah, it's very cool that we have AI and ChatGPT, and it's very cool that we are thinking about like. You texted some question, but you also thinking about answer, and you this right, this not like
Yeah, you can choose if you like what it says or not. I like what you're saying. I think it's really interesting to look at it also as an aid for mental health. And okay, you can see it as an actual person, right? But I don't know what you think about that, because you just said that some people can use it to talk about personal stuff. I want to know what you two think about that too.
I think in terms of personal information, I was actually just thinking about it. And I'm actually also guilty of doing that sometimes. But, coming from as a young people that are media and information literate, you really get to think about it and realize that this thing is being run by someone. And so the information you feed it, if you think about it in the long run or critically, it is now with someone else. Okay, somebody. So not ChatGPT, but somebody or the organizations that operate this. And so if you give it information that is too personal, someone else out there has your personal information. So I like to look at it that way too, and also be critical and conscious of what you tell it and what you don't. And a really good example that I would like to give that I've also been thinking about is when you give it information, maybe regarding someone else or even work-wise. There's this thing where you cannot disclose maybe your company's personal information, right? So if you give all the information to maybe write an email or write an article, and maybe some of that information is private to the company, you don't know who has that information now that you have given it to ChatGPT. Maybe whoever runs ChatGPT now knows your whole personal life, your address, your cell phone number, who your last boyfriend was. It's just
Everything about you.
everything. Like someone out there literally knows everything. And so I think it's therefore important to be conscious of what you tell it.
Yeah.
To always remember, this is not a real person, and someone else is running this thing, and whatever I tell it, that person knows.
okay. But unfortunately, I just have a rule in my life, like you can say if you think about and you want to tell somebody like just only one person, you can tell because you must think that all people can also hear. It's like I don't know how to explain it in English, but in Ukraine we say ніколи не кажи нічого, що ти не можеш сказати ще комусь. Тобто it's mean like don't say anything from your head to somebody if you're scary about this information. So when I'm texting ChatGPT, I text only about some emotional, not my information. So yeah.
Okay. I want to hear what you think, Edna. Y también que me cuentes por lo que está diciendo Ana de la salud mental. Eso me parece muy interesante.
Sí, realmente es un tema bastante complejo. Yo estoy en contra de que se comparta, como lo mencionaba Rachel, información confidencial y principalmente con algo tan importante como lo es la salud mental. Al final del día es una inteligencia artificial, no es una persona real, y todo lo que tenga que ver con la salud humana, tanto mental y física, es importante atenderlo como un profesional. Creo que es muy necesario que entendamos eso, porque puede que la información que nos dé afecte no solo nuestra estabilidad emocional, sino también física, y que pues en lugar de beneficiarnos nos pueda afectar en nuestro día a día.
Ok, sí, completamente. Y también que puede estar tomando el puesto de otros profesionales cuando hacemos ese tipo de cosas. It can be, she say that it's important to know that AI shouldn't be taking the place of professionals.
Yeah.
Like in the health,
Like a real social worker or counselor.
yeah. So now, to close, I would like you to tell me if you know any projects in your countries, not only with AI, but also with technology and digital things that are creating opportunities for women in your countries or in your continents. It doesn't have to be your country specifically.
Especially in our continent, in my country, many projects created by women, and now I can choose like one from the many project, but it's now I don't think so that this is a biggest problem, a huge problem. It's like a show business in Ukraine, because many people talk about that, many men on a stage, like, and they don't want to have many interview with a woman or girls, but it's not an opinion of many people, but we have this problem, and yeah, I can remember now some names of this project, but a woman in Ukraine are very strong, and now many women and girls on the war. As a soldier, as a medical, so yeah, we but they women who's on the war, they we begin and they create something in a civilian life. Like I know many women who create some project for also media literacy. Some women are singing. Yeah, so for us, it's I think it's not biggest problem. But yeah, we have also another opinion about this.
Okay, Rachel?
Coming from a country where our president is a woman, it really speaks a lot when it comes to the efforts that our country has put in empowering women, our entire nation. Some people would say, Africa, usually predominantly very traditional. They won't vote for a woman to be a president. But our country as Namibians, we voted for a woman to be a president. So it just really shows the way that we view women as a country. And there are a lot of opportunities. Even our national speaker of parliament in Namibia is a woman. There's so many opportunities that not only government but NGOs are doing to give more opportunities to women. And I think definitely more can be done, but we are on the right track.
Thank you. Edna?
Bueno, en el caso de Guatemala existen varias iniciativas que buscan brindar el acceso a la tecnología, al acceso a internet, energía solar a las comunidades indígenas que favorezcan principalmente a las mujeres estos proyectos. Podría mencionar nuestro Guatemala, es una institución con la cual trabajé por 3 años, brindando procesos de formación de alfabetización digital en idiomas mayas para mujeres indígenas, y también una iniciativa del gobierno, entiende, dos que yo recuerdo ahora, esto Vidas, donde utilizan inteligencia artificial para poder atender a víctimas, o si alguna víctima quiera denunciar algún delito de ciberacoso o incluso violencia sexual o trata de personas que está sucediendo ya sea dentro de su familia o dentro de su comunidad. Y también el Ministerio de Economía, que ha potenciado procesos de formación en la alfabetización digital para mujeres emprendedoras. También existen muchas iniciativas, tanto de organizaciones no gubernamentales y entidades de sociedad civil, que buscan empoderar a las y los jóvenes de más uso de alfabetización mediática informacional. Ellos sean embajadores de sus comunidades y puedan en algún punto crear contenido para sus comunidades en sus idiomas modernos.
Muy bien, la creación y el consumo. Bueno, ya para despedirnos, me gustaría que, por favor, nos digan en AMI Date Cuenta un consejo que quieren decirle a mujeres jóvenes que estén trabajando con la AMI o con la IA. I would like you to say goodbye, to tell us, like, AMI Date Cuenta, and give an advice to young women that work with AMI and that work with AI. So, Ami, date cuenta, and then you say the advice. Okay?
Okay.
You can start.
Avi, date cuenta que la inteligencia artificial puede ser una herramienta poderosa solo si sabes utilizarla de manera adecuada.
Ami, date cuenta. Think before you ask ChatGPT.
Ami, date cuenta, be strong and don't believe in ChatGPT. Believe in the people and humanity.
Great. Thank you, ladies. Y muchísimas gracias por acompañarnos en el episodio 0 de Ami, date cuenta.